Hi, I'm Jin.
I'm Ben.
And, oh, real quick, my shoes. Take a look at, zoom in on my shoes. Right? You see them?
Oh my gosh, so
Right? You see
beautiful.
them? Tiger.
I want one.
Right? That's, they were a gift from Matthew. He sent it to me from Martinique. And I just wanted to say thank you. These are now my new favorite shoes, right? All the way from France.
And everyone's been complimenting it.
Yes, everybody's like, oh my gosh, where'd you get those shoes? So they fit me great. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Marie. I really appreciate that. You guys didn't have to do that at all, but it was awesome. Thank you. Okay, so today's lesson. Last time we talked about putting the hands and feet together, doing triangle footwork, right? Okay. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to work a little bit that same drill, but we're going to go into a little bit more detail. That way, you can. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use this drill that we did to teach you a concept, and that's more important than the actual drill. Okay, so let's get back to this drill first, then we'll get into it. Okay, so from here, I'm just gonna we're gonna stay in neutral stance. All right, we're basically both in chi-sao range, bent arm, right? Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to one side's going to punch. All right, and then Ben is going to bring up his guarding hand, then his wu sao hand, then he's going to lop sao and get heavy here, and he's going to get heavy on my arm. So he's right now on top of my arm. He's resting. Okay? Then I'm going to punch on the other side. He's going to let go. He's going to parry, come up, replace the hand, then get heavy. You see that? Okay? And he's going to lop sao this hand. That means he's going to have a control of my wrist. Right? And then we're just going to keep going back and forth. And see, you notice also he's shifting. He's a little too wide. There you go. Okay? So from here, 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 movements. Lop sao. Lop sao. Lop. Yeah. Okay? 1, 2, 3, and he shifts. 1, 2, 3, and he shifts. Okay? Elbow to the center. So we covered this last time, and it's important. Okay? So now what I want to do is I want to do the same drill, but we're going to cover some more details, cover some more concepts. The first concept is the Indiana Jones. All right, so what do I mean? So right here, 1, okay, 2, 3, okay. So when Ben touches my arm, he cannot. Well, first I think we should cover is the medium range or the bent arm angle. This angle, right? So before we cover everything else, so the bent arm. So the first thing Ben doesn't want to do is he doesn't want to extend his arm and reach, right? Because now he's broken the angle. When he does that, now he creates a lot of opportunities for me. I don't even have to be a Wing Chun guy. I can be a wrestler, right? I can be a boxer, right? Okay. So he's giving me a lot of gaps, and so he doesn't want to do that. He wants to never extend, okay, his frame, his reach. So make sure you keep that angle. Very important. 1, see, you notice his angle is here, right? Right? And then when he goes to 2, he goes to bring the other hand through underneath. You see his hand is still at that angle. And then when he lop saos, you see he's still at the same angle. He never sacrifices this angle. The only time you sacrifice this angle is if there's no pressure in here. Now he's in the master bedroom, right? Now he can extend. No, the same hand. Yeah. Once you get past this hand, you're in my hallway. You pass my hallway, and you get into the master bedroom. Now you can extend and punch. Right? Yeah. Once you're in the master bedroom, then yeah, you can reach out. All right, and finish the movement. All right, that means you're hitting. Okay, so but anywhere else, if he's in my front door, don't break the angle. Okay, if he moves up, steps towards my my hallway, pull and punch, pull. See, now he's in my hallway, right? He's still at this angle. He's not going to take the chance yet. right? Okay? So that you got to practice this. And both sides. 1, 2, you notice his angle never breaks. 1, 2, 3, never breaks. Good. Right? So this is the first thing. Don't break that angle. Because why? Because if you break that angle, you're doing what? You're giving me your balance. See? He bends now, giving me his balance. And I told you the key to every martial art is who can take over the other person, who can control the other person's balance. That's really the key to any martial art. I don't care what martial art you're studying. It's all about who can get the other person's balance, right? And also in Wing Chun, specifically the center line. That means I have to get your hands away from your body, right? Everyone wants to defend. So if you can somehow get my hands away from my center, you have a really good chance of winning, right? Same thing in Jiu-Jitsu, same thing, right? Okay? In Jiu-Jitsu, when you're grappling and stuff, the hardest thing to do is to isolate the arm away from the neck and the body. It's the hardest thing. So, what do you want to do? You want to first take away the person's balance, right? What am I talking about? Okay, real quick. If Ben gets in my closed guard like this, or open guard, doesn't matter, right? Okay, so now we're doing Jiu-Jitsu, right? Right? But I'm just using this as an example of how this works. Right now, if he goes to my hip and his elbow's inside my knees, and he's keeping this arm bent, and he's holding me down, right? And to see how his posture is very straight. Now for me to pull him or set up an arm bar, it's not going to work because he's got entire posture. That means his structure is solid. If I try to do a triangle, there's no way. Okay, his posture's he's prepared. So what do you got to do? So what you want to do is first, I can't attack him until I get his balance. And by taking his balance, I also do what? I get his hands away from his defense. So an example is if I just hip bump, okay? So if I come here, right, and I hip bump, right, this way, and I hip into him, right, he has to post, come on, he has to post. See, I hit him with his hip. This is a gunslinger hip. See his arm behind him? He has to set that hand down. When he sets that hand down, now I have his balance, and I also have his hand away from his neck and his body. So this is now the time to attack him. This would be when now where I set up the triangle and everything else in the arm bars. Okay, I'm not going to do it, but right. But I just want to, so that you understand the concept. We're standing up. We're doing Wing Chun. We're not doing Jiu-Jitsu now. But the concept doesn't change. Ben is trying to take my balance, and at the same time, he's trying to get to my center. Right? I want to maintain my structure, my posture. I don't want him to give him an opportunity to come in. Right? Right? So this is, but that should be Ben's goal, is to first take away my balance and to get to the center at the same time before he attacks. A lot of people are not going to agree with me, right? Because to me, it just doesn't make any sense to try to attack me if I have my balance, right? And the first thing should be is I punch you, you disrupt my balance, you hip into me, hip. Now he has my balance. Now when he attacks me, yeah, I'm in a really weak position, right? This is the same as hip bump, and I have to post, right? Like that. So my hands are going to go away from me, my structure is going to go backwards, right? Now is the chance to attack me.
It would be similar in, I guess, boxing, when you use footwork to get...
Ben's an extreme, Ben teaches boxing for a living also. So he knows exactly what he's talking about. And he also has a couple tutorials up on boxing. So he absolutely knows what he's talking about. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
So when you use a lot of time you use footwork to try and get the other guy to go off balance, and then you attack when he's off balance.
Sure, yeah.
So,
And some crafty boxers will even, they won't attack your body. They'll attack your hands or your shoulder. They'll punch, and they'll punch to try to open your guard. Yeah, they'll punch your hands or your forearm, or yeah, to try to move the hand away from your face. Then that sets up the other punch. Yeah. So these are all tricks of the trade, but it's the same idea. Try to get the hands away. Try to get the person's balance, right, and attack. Because that's when the person's the weakest. Right. So first key, don't break the angle. Okay. Second key, Indiana Jones. I punch. He's not going to replace this pressure here. He's not going to let this hand go until this hand replaces first. Then he can let go. It's like a quick switch, okay, of the pressure. If he go back, if he brings his hand up, but there's a gap. See now, yeah, I'm going to go in before he can get that hand up. Okay, so he has to create a wall here, and then before he moves that wall, he has to replace it with another wall. Now he replaces it with another wall. Okay, I punch you aside, one wall here, two walls here. Now he's got two walls set in front of me, at my wrist and at my elbow. So it's very hard for me now to get past his front door. I'm stuck at his front door. Okay, so practice like this. You want to also be a good partner. Okay, so what do I mean? When you punch, you don't want to go like this and then get lazy. Yeah, Ben's doing it right, which is just go in. You don't want to go like this and then give him no pressure, because then it's unrealistic, and the whole idea of the whole goal, the whole Wing Chun is problem solving. We know this. Okay, problem solving. What? The one big problem. The problem is the opponent's pressure. So I'm giving him pressure. I'm giving him a little bit of hip pressure, and I'm not going to let off. See? If Ben makes a mistake, my whole pressure comes in. Yeah, see? Okay? So I'm just going to give him that pressure. Now he's got to replace that pressure. I'm still giving him pressure here. I'm still giving him pressure. Then the other side, I give him pressure here, see? And pressure. And then he's going to, then back and forth. 1, 2, 3. And I keep giving him forward pressure. Okay? I want him to learn to deal with that type of pressure and how to handle it. Okay? So, and obviously there's a lot of ways, different ways to handle it. But for now, that's a later subject. But right now, okay, you make sure you're a good partner. Make sure you give a lot of forward. Give that person pressure and don't let off. Don't pressure then let off. Pressure and let off. Okay, keep that pressure constant. Right. And then we're going to gansao. Gansao is the next movement, and what that means is from here I go punch, and he comes here, and then he comes to lap sao position. The reason why we're here is because we want to listen to your opponent first. Okay? Obviously, see this pressure here, but if there's no pressure, then he's just going to plow me. Okay? Yeah. But I'm going to give him a little wall here. See? I go 1, 2, 3. See? I give him a little wall. Right? When I push into him and he feels that, then he goes slow. He's going to take that hand and he's going to gan. Now you see him gan, right? And he's using his hip to gansao. Don't just, and he's shifting. Don't just use the arm to gansao. Yeah, now he's trying to muscle me, right? That's not it. Okay. So from here, he's using he's connecting his hip, his elbow, and then he's going to take my pressure that I'm giving him here, like this, right? Okay, and then he's going to take it and bring it down and in. So he's going to the side with his legs, and at the same time, he should be shifting. His arm is not only going out, but it's always drilling in at the same time. His footwork has to come in, right? And you see his other hand come up to my master bedroom. See, he's in my space. Now from here, what can you do? Now's the time to break the angle. You finish with a good, yeah. Okay? That's the time to break the angle. So I punch, 1, I give him pressure. I give him pressure. I give him pressure. Now I push into him. Yeah, that's it. Okay, see? I'm constantly giving them that pressure. One, see, pressure, 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 pressure. Yeah, that's it. Got it? So back and forth. 1, 2, 3, and yes, it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Ah, okay, I saw his elbow go back. His pressure got weak on that side, so he's got to slow it down. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, now it's strong. Yes. Good. Okay. So the gansao is one of my favorite moves, but it's a good time to do it. It's when somebody's pushing against your arm, especially when you're in a lopsided position. You're here, I push into Ben's arm, yeah, that's when he gans. Alright? Same thing, we're doing chi-sao. And I push, I insist on trying to get in. That's when he can gansao, yeah. Okay? Alright? Or I'm doing chi-sao, right? And I'm really giving him a lot of pressure here. See, pressure, right? When he feels that pressure, he's going to gansao. Yeah. Yes. Or the other side. Right? I give him a lot of pressure on this side right here. Yeah. Okay? He can gan. Okay? If you do the gan and the other hand attack, they call this kwansao. Right? I don't get caught up in names for moves and stuff, right? It's just use both hands. Just use both hands to attack the person, right? Okay, so we got that up to that right now. You also see he's eating my space. This is also an important concept, right? And he's using his hips. Okay, so all this stuff is very important. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last concept we talked about today with Ben is using both sides. Yes. We always talk about using both hands, right? When you do Wing Chun. Okay, you see Ben, he's using both hands. One, see, he's pulling, see, he's using both hands. He gansaos and he hits, right? He's using both hands, right? So that's obviously an advantage of Wing Chun. But what I think a lot of people forget is you also always have to use both sides. Both sides of your body, both sides of your hip. All right? Both sides of the triangle. If you're only using one side of a triangle, then it's just a straight line. It's a slant. It's just one line. Right? You have to use both sides to form a triangle. It creates a base, right? So, what do I mean? Okay, if I go like this, right, and I use one side, okay. So let's say I'm going to use one side. You see me using one side. I'm not even using the other side, right? Physically using the other side, right? Then Ben's going to punch, right? Danchi, right? Yeah, and then drop it. Yeah. Okay, then drop, right? So when you see this. Right? I'm using both sides. See this shoulder? I'm also attacking Ben at this angle with this shoulder and this hip. Right? At the same time, I'm using this side, this bongsao. Okay? Or actually every move. I tansao, you're going to see me use both sides. See my hip? I use both sides. I attack him. Relax. Okay? I attack. See, you feel both my hips. It's not one hip. It's both hips. Both shoulders, right? Then when I come in, see, he feels both sides. And then he punches. When I bongsao, he feels both sides. See, both sides. Right? So even though I'm physically only using one arm, it doesn't matter. I still have to use both sides of my body, both sides of my hip. If I only use half of my body, so I'm using the side of the arm, then what happens is, when Ben punches, see, he feels like a void on this side. See, and I get very weak because I'm only using one angle. I'm not even using this angle anymore. Right? So it becomes very easy if he's using both sides to just plow me. Right? So that's what I'm talking about. Right? It's like doing a push-up. Right? You use push-up. Obviously, you use both sides. Right? I'm using both sides, right, to do the push-up. But if you use one hand, right, then if I only use the one shoulder to do the push-up, then I can't even do it, right? Using one side, it hurts, okay? But if I use both sides like a frame, right, like this, then when I use both sides, I use this side too, right? Then I can do the push-up. You see me coming up, okay, pretty even. See? If I use one side of my shoulder, I can't do it. Right? So, even though I'm only using one side of my body, physically, I have to focus on using the other side too. Right? So, that's the idea. Right? So, that way when you're doing this drill, I punch, bend. See, he does a pock on this side, but he's also using this side of his shoulder to help this pock. Right? Then when he comes under to replace the pressure, he's now using this side to help. No, go back. He's now using this side to help support this hand. Elbow in. Yeah. See? And then when he switches, now obviously he's using both sides because he's touching me with both sides. Right? So the hardest thing about this drill is that when you're only physically only using one side, you tend to only focus on this one side. Right? Yeah, then it becomes, he doesn't feel it. He doesn't feel like I'm attacking him. He punches the other side. Right? He doesn't feel like, if I only use one side, give him pressure, he doesn't feel like this side is working. Yeah, see, he can't even move me. It's like doing a one-handed push-up using one shoulder. But when he gives me pressure here, and I use both sides, right, and he gives me a lot of, now when he gives me a lot of pressure, push, see, I can hold him because I'm using this side too to help me. See? And I'm using my hip. Now Ben feels a wall, right? So you have to practice these concepts, okay? So last one more time, put it all together for them. Go ahead and do it. 1, 2, 3. So you see, yes, okay? You see the triangle forward. 1, 2, 3. See, I'm being a good partner. I'm giving him pressure. I'm forcing him to use both sides. Yes, together. Can he deal with my pressure? Okay, that I'm giving him. I'm trying to push into him like wall. Can he handle it? Right? Okay. And the more you practice like that, when there is no pressure here, and he comes in, boom, boom, and then he comes in like a tank now because there's no pressure, but he's used to pressure. Right? Then your body goes wow, and it becomes very, very powerful. So it's just like I said, I always tell people it's just like weightlifting, right? It's like you lift, first you practice no weight, just the perfect form. Then you add a little bit of weight and resistance, right? And you do the form, right? You do the movement. Then you add a little bit more weight, and over time you keep adding more and more weight. Your body gets used to a lot of weight, right? So little by little, more resistance, more resistance, more resistance. Because ultimately, every martial art is trying to answer that one question. How do you handle someone's pressure? Not how do you handle someone's technique. It's how do you handle the pressure? Okay? And then that's going to dictate how you do your martial art. Okay? It doesn't matter what method it is, what style it is, it doesn't matter. Even in jiu-jitsu, they have the same problem. Boxers, they have the same problem. Every martial artist has to deal with that problem, right? So that's it. So this is how I teach my students how to deal with this problem. First, learn to develop that strong structure, and by strengthening the core concepts, like we just did today, right? So good job, thank you, Ben. Thank you for one more time the sheets. These things are awesome, man.
Yeah.
These things are so cool.
Side view.
I know, huh? Look at it.
And the back view.
I'm like a model now. Look at that. Huh? Right? Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Marie. And thank you for joining us every week and for everyone's support of the tutorial. I really appreciate it.